Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Tell the Truth Wednesday. I'm your host, Mike Barrett, in Las Vegas, Nevada, joined as I always am, or usually am, or sometimes am, on Mondays and Wednesdays by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, Jennifer Falah in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how is your wonderful Wednesday going so far?
Great. Doing good.
Doing good. Yeah, doing
I
good.
don't see the link on Rumble yet.
Yeah, the problem is, let me. This is one of the things, guys. That's an issue. Is one of the advantages we have now, Jen, is Restream changed their software, so the way that we're doing the show now allows us to get Rumble folks in the chat. Let me see if I can find a Rumble comment here. Yeah, here's one from Mama Bear. Greetings. So we can actually show them now on the screen, but the disadvantage is we don't get a placeholder video on YouTube or Rumble so we can share the link in advance. We have to wait until we go live. So we're going to kind of be doing this exercise forever. There again, why they can't figure out how to just give you all of these. Like, when I set up the Rumble channel as a separate channel, I'm able to do that because it sets up a placeholder on Rumble. But I'm not if I just do it within the software. So they got major issues.
Still not there.
Going on. I just put a link in my Telegram. You can grab the one on my Telegram.
Okay.
Are people are saying I'm not on YouTube? We're not on YouTube? That doesn't seem likely. No, I got YouTube comments all over the place. So we are here. Okay, good morning, Ernest Rutland. Rexy is here. Mary Peterson's here. Gina Skinner's here. Jim is here. Todd Gibbs is here. Sean is here. Jennifer Gadbaugh. Lori Bakemeyer. Thank you for the wonderful Christmas presents, Lori. Rick Norman's here. Joe Evans, one of our favorite people. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Let's come to Vegas. Let's have some dinner sometime. H.L. Smith is here. JCB Free. Mama Bear. Britt Baker. Sharon is here. Sylvie is here. Laura is here. Deborah's here. Frederica is here. Sandy Maynard is here. Jammer's here. Julie Connolly. Nico Lockey. Hi, Nico. Hope the acting career is going as well as it can in LA. Well, this is a question we're going to mark for later, Samantha. So we'll see you later. And looks like we've got quite a little crowd here. Okay. So as you guys are coming on in, we do have some information. I have some news updates. And before we do that, however, let's do our screen share and go over the advertising stuff, get it out of the way. For those of you who might miss a show here and there, I am doing my best to keep up over on mikebarrett.blogspot.com. That is a great place for you to go to get all the shows that we do. Last night's Toxically Masculine Tuesday, where we live streamed the Trump speech, which we're going to talk about here in a second, and where we discussed, we had former homicide detective Jim Mitchell and Steve Doran, former chief of police, discussing the mysterious Gene Hackman death, which is a little bit weird, and some other stuff. You can also pick up all kinds of cool things on there, like my books, links to my books, and novels I've written, the Calvine UFO photo video, interview with people in the UFO community, and articles I've written back when I used to do articles, and also presentations like my Ancient Aliens and JFK lecture, the classic from 2018, which actually prompted AJ from the Y-Files to comment to Victoria, his producer. That guy knows his shit. Yeah, I know my shit. So, MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. If you ever get caught up in anything, get behind, want to catch up on a past show. The other place you can go is that links you directly to the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen, where we are now up. Jen, we just made 5,000 followers. Oh, yay. We were stuck at, we had like 4,100 subscribers or followers to our old our old account, which was not a channel. We thought it was a channel, but it was an account. About 9 months ago, we changed that, and now we've caught up to all those people that have now followed us on our actual channel. And the advantage of a channel is that now we can be promoted by Rumble. So new people can find us that weren't necessarily looking for us. And so it really helps if you hit the like button and actually like the videos. That will draw more people to the actual show and pick up our audience. I will be, but again, because the way we do this, there's not a description yet, but there will be a link in the description. And we will get lots of good, cool stuff from that. You could also hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. I think Jen is covering that up right now. We will take Jen and me out of the picture. If you see that little red button at the bottom, it is the subscribe button for a mere $5 a month. You can hit that right there. You can subscribe for $5 a month. It's the best way to support the show. We got about 800 subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you. You get a little red castle next to your name, and you get your question answered first when we come to Jen's question and answer sessions, which are usually the best, most interesting part of the show, the most personal part of the show. Absolutely, for sure. So also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at thecbdgurus.com. Matt and Lucas have all kinds of wonderful CBD-based health products for your health. Hit the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S, and pick up this week's specials. Also, right now, you can either use the Mark Z14 discount code to get 14% off, or Matt will ship you some dong and maybe even some Bolivar. Orders over 150 gets 160,000 dong and 5 million Bolivar. Unders order that, get a little bit of dong. And who doesn't need a little bit of dong in their life, Jen? Also, these are the products that are on sale. The immunity oils, the lotion 2000, great lotion for your skin. The X-Freeze roll-on, got to get myself some of that. That's great stuff for pain. Miracle Gold, all kinds of cool stuff. Even the CBD pet oil is on wholesale under the wholesale tab at thecbdgurus.com. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the folks over at MikeBarraPets.com, Kristen and Diana, the what are we going to call them? The Mushroom Ladies, Kristen and Diana, with a lot of cool stuff that are supplements for your dogs, your cats, your horses, and even yourself. Click on the Shop Now button, and it takes you into the product line. I've got Barkley on the Mush Puppies and the Mojos. He's doing wonderful for a boy who's going to be, he's 14 this year. Pretty amazing. No, 12? 12. Anyway, he's going to be old this year. The special sauce, the super sauce is awesome stuff. The pet balm. Chill Doggies is a great new product for if your dog has anxiety. You can give him some of that. It'll calm him right down. Mush Ponies for the horses. And then the Enforce line of cool products for human consumption. If you send an email to Diana at MikeBarraPets@gmail.com, link will be in the description when I get the description attached. She will tell you her story about using all of these mushroom products to cure a really serious disease that starts with a C and ends with an R that I can't say for YouTube algorithm reasons. Let her tell you her story. It works fantastic. She became an expert in this stuff because of her own personal experience. She's got her dogs and her cats and all of her pets on these products as well. She's a true believer. She's also a certified pet nutritionist. She can solve your problems. They got coffee, they got chocolates, they got the body balms, they got the starter packs. MikeBarraPets.com. Wonderful folks. Also, do not forget, you can slide on in, link in the description, to the wonderful family of products over at ACN. They can save you money on your energy bills, on your internet, on your cell phone service, and most importantly, on your health insurance. So all these cool products. The best one here, I think, is Impact Health Sharing, where you can get in there and you can get health insurance, private health insurance, better than Blue Cross, better than Blue Shield, about a third of the cost, pays the doctor more. Costs go down for you. Costs go up for payments go up for the doctors. You can go to any doctor you want at any time. No referrals, Jen, I'm supposed to have an appointment with my dermatologist. It would be really great to just be able to skip the process, because now I have to go get a referral and I have to wait for that, and then I can make an appointment. Then I got to the doctor. With Impact Health Sharing, I can call them up. I can walk in anytime and get the medical services I need. Wonderful stuff. Link in the description. Also, Legal Shield, great product. Wonderful people for legal protections. You have legal advice at a discount cost. The plans start at $29.99 a month. I've got the super duper plan, which is only $60 a month, plus the gun coverage for Nevada. They do wills, they do real estate, they do family law. Anything you need consultation on, they'll do it for very, very little money. Huge discounts over at Legal Shield. Okay, and Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at jenniferfallah.com this week?
If you'd like a reading with me, if you'd like to healing, go to jenniferfallah.com. There's a donation button there. If you'd like to send a tip, or if you want to combine services and just make one payment, you can use that. I also have my interdimensional meditation classes and psychic development classes. Those are 9 video classes that you get to own and go at your own pace. You can purchase those there. I will email them to you. And also, if you're looking for Susan Gretz or Marcy Howell, they are also on my website. Just scroll down. Their email is in the write-up. You purchase directly from them with that button and then email them to schedule. Everyone must email me to schedule after purchase. And go to jenniferfallah.com.
Okay. That is that. Let me stop sharing here. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot to go over. All right. Let's talk about some stuff that happened. Let's talk about the news. We'll get the news update. Well, last night President Trump gave his speech. Now, it was a political speech. There was nothing really truly asymmetric in it. There was nothing in it that said to me like, wow, he really, blew everybody's mind. And this is going to force a big change, the big change we're looking for in the financial markets. That absolutely did not happen. He did not go there. There were some extraordinary moments, which are highly unusual. The Democrats acted like petulant children. They are so loathsome. They would not cheer a 13-year-old boy who's had 8 brain surgeries because of brain cancer. Now, I think that was a perfect opportunity for Donald Trump to have talked about new technologies that are going to be able to cure little boys like DJ, and he didn't. And that was disappointing. Most of it was pretty disappointing to me in that it was only a political speech. Having said that, it was a really great political speech. He really put them on the spot. He really confronted them. He talked about how they had committed lawfare against him, and he looked right at the Democrat side of the house and he said, "How'd that work out for you?" Here he is standing up there. I thought that was great. Again, there were various staged phony events, and but we didn't get any news on the RV. We didn't get anything about gold standards. We didn't get some of the things we were hoping for, looking for, I guess, praying for. I did get a notice last night from a contact that this is all happening. It's supposed to happen overnight. Well, we woken up in the morning and it still hasn't happened. So they were also other people that are just as credible that were saying, no, it's actually set up for today, Wednesday. Overnight, I did get some confirmation that as Mark Z said on his show this morning, that there are people on the bond side who have done exchanges and received funding. That is, again, categorically true. And that is apparently a step in the direction of getting to us and our currency exchanges. There were 2 people I know of who were scheduled yesterday to do a currency exchange, which could not take place, as I told you on my show yesterday, could not be taking place if there was not a rate, if there was not an established rate. Those meetings, as far as I know, did take place. Those people have now gone silent. Now, keep in mind that the bond stuff may or may not be under NDA. I don't know. I do know that if you exchange certain currencies in certain amounts at certain rates, you are going to be bound under an NDA. So it is not necessarily a surprise that those people are not speaking today. But I'll tell you one thing they haven't said to the people that they talk to. They haven't said, oh no, it got canceled. That has not been stated. And there has been messages sent and a little bit of back and forth, but simply aren't talking about what did or did not take place yesterday, which leads me to conclude that they are under NDAs and cannot speak about what may or may not have happened at their currency appointments yesterday. I also know of a whale, I guess I would call him sort of an Uber whale, who is scheduled to go today. And as of 12 hours ago was, quote, giddy with expectation as to what was going to happen at his appointment today. That should be taking place right now. So where is this thing? Whose hands is it in? It is not in Iraq's hands. Iraq will have codes to enter when the time comes, but their role at this point is purely ceremonial. They have complied with everything else, and their role is purely ceremonial. Once certain parties, the ones we're waiting for, the last 2 or 3, give their green light, within the hour, Iraq will be entering the codes. If Iraq does not enter the codes, it will activate automatically without them because they are in compliance. There's nothing that they can do, even if they refuse to put the codes in, it will go anyway because they have already put everything out there. Today is Wednesday. It is a Gazette day. This would be a good day to do it. So whether it's going to happen today or not, I don't know. I have still been told that it will. Now, some people got upset with Mark this morning. Some people got upset with Mark this morning because he mentioned a back date of March the 17th. And everybody was like, oh, no, it's put off till the 17th. No, it is not. It can go at any moment, at any time, at any second from this moment forward. To this point today, 10:24 a.m. Pacific time, it hasn't gone. But it can go at any moment. The truth is what Mark told you today is the truth, that the bond payouts have to be done by March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Coincidentally, not coincidentally, I don't know. All I know is that is the way the laws and the agreements are written. So that will take place. And once the bond funding is done, and there's a lot of detail in some of the information I've been given, Tier 4 is inevitable and will happen immediately after that. So let me give you one other detail. And Jen, I believe you in your Gentel yesterday, you commented on this similar to this, but I'm going to tell you what I got from my side. Tier 3, okay. Groups, things have been signed off. The funding for Tier 1 and Tier 2 and Tier 3 is in place. They are not fully liquid yet. That awaits the green light. When the green light goes, they will be funded, and then we will get our notifications. So, Jen, that's what I got. And if you say something that is confirmed by some of the detail I have here, I will let you know. But I think we should go back over yesterday's Gentel and talk about what you got. Is that what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. So.
All right. Okay. So for the speech, I got information on Monday night and Gentel yesterday. But as far as the RV goes, next possible day for 4B notifications in the Gentel as of 3/4 was Wednesday. They also said anytime until 3/11. I said, what could delay it? Progress reports. And I said, how have they finished the other tiers? They're approximately 80% complete with the other tiers. People commented on Mark C this morning that I said that we were 80% done with the whole thing. It's 80% complete with the other tiers. I said, what will happen at Trump's speech? Okay, and so I did the Gentel to confirm the things that I got. Now, I was pretty close. I mean, I heard he was going to talk about gifts to the people, gifts. And so he did that. It wasn't what I expected it to be, but he was giving gifts, to the, like the honorary, what was he, an honorary agent for the boy with cancer?
Honorary Secret Service, yeah.
The naming wildlife preserve for that one woman and other things like that. So we went through that whole thing where he was giving gifts out and recognizing people. He did talk about taxes, the reduction or the elimination of taxes. And then I did see Monday night where there was a moment of shock and silence from the room during the speech. Okay, and I didn't know what that was. That was when the Democrats are being a bunch of brats, damn demons. Anyway, so, and they wouldn't stop. So then at one point he points at them and says human traffickers, and everything went silent. So they're goddamn human traffickers. And that was great. That was fun time. But that shut them up. And then, of course, they have their signs. And how stupid is that of them to have these little signs? Because everybody and their mother's going to make a meme and put whatever they want to say on those little signs. Hilarious. All right. I don't think it was a nothing burger at all. I think it might have been a little naive of us to assume that he's just going to come out and announce the gold-backed currency right then. Yeah. I did hear, let's see, if you're not involved with the possibility of... Okay, so over here on the Gentel, I got, he will speak of gains and losses, he did, and Doge. So he listed all of the corruption from Doge, not all of it, but some, and that was interesting. Everything kind of got a little quiet then. Didn't talk about NATO, I don't think so. So that was wrong. But then he said, so I got foreign affairs, leaving NATO, no more foreign wars or reliance. So he really spoke more about reliance. He did call that we were going to be sovereign. In the Gentel, I just got the word gold. And he mentioned the word gold many times. Interesting that he mentioned, instead of the Iron Dome, he called it a golden dome.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. I got on the Gentel, he was going to talk about reimbursements, gifts to the people, or for the people. And I guess it was just the people there. But this is the announcement of Nasara, is what I got in the Gentel. And I kind of think it was. I believe there were comms in there. And it could be considered the announcement of Nasara because he said, he said gold many times. Golden Dome, Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Age has just begun. I think that might have been the trigger. In the Gentel, I got that he was going to talk about debt. He did talk about debt and balancing the budget. Coming in the news, we had a ship attack. We've already gotten confirmation of that.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
And then relief package. I don't know when that's coming, but it's coming in the news soon. So, it was a very interesting speech. Just trying to go back and when he went through the Social Security and he told everybody the age of the people that have been receiving Social Security, and he told everybody, we're going to find out who these people are. And he also told everybody that he's going to drain the swamp. We're draining the swamp. My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has just begun. Just begun. Like now. Begin it. Do it. So I do think that the Ukraine, Zelensky coming back saying, yeah, I'll sign the mineral deal right before could have thrown a wrench in the spokes. Now, Melania, when he walked in, I was watching. And I know it's like to be a worried wife and mom and everything. So I kind of picked up on her energy and how she was acting and reacting. And he walked in and she was like, and then he signaled to her. He waved and made a fist and kind of nodded. And then she smiled. So they were worried about something going down, or something had just gone down or was avoided. So then throughout the speech, she just looked like this. Is he going to say it? Is he going to say it? Is he going to say it? And at the end, when he talked about Zelensky coming back, he didn't give us any word on what he was going to do about that and how that was going to go. But he did talk about ending the war. So if he's focused on getting that done, ending the war, and if he were to come out and announce gold-backed currency, would everything just gone haywire and screwed everything up with that? Because I saw her watching him, and when he finished his speech, she kind of looked like he had forgotten something, like he didn't do something. So it may have been planned. But I think Zelensky coming in just before with, okay, now I want to sign it. I don't know why that is. Might have changed what he was going to say in that speech, because I feel like he skipped over something and cut it short. And that's my take on it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was busy finding stuff in chat. Did you say Melania looked like he'd skipped something over? Who was the her? Yeah, that's who you were referring to.
Mm-hmm.
I did not notice that, but I was busy having a show and trying to discuss all the different political aspects of it with the political show. So,
well, if you guys go back and watch it and scroll through, it's when he first comes in. Take a look at her. She's just like, and then when he signals her, she's like, okay. And I saw her relax and smile. But the whole time, she looked nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And was watching him like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Is he going to say it? And then at the end, she was like, like he cut it off. I felt like he skipped over something and just went straight to closing. Yeah. And her reaction looked like he didn't do something. So,
interesting. Yeah. So you think maybe there was something planned that he didn't follow through with? Sure wish he would have, because I think we'd be having a different show today if he had.
Well,
now the moment. Yeah.
Everybody does.
But moment
we don't know how that would have affected ending this war, and what kind of backlash that would release everywhere.
Yeah. Well, now I'm seeing reports too that Zelensky has backtracked again, and
so they may have done that to stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
He can always come out with a special press conference at any point in time and say, hey, guess what? I feel like we need something in the public eye to show people. I mean, is it going to Fort Knox? And maybe we don't have the gold, or is it crashes? What is it that's going
Yeah,
to justify, listen, our money is worthless. I have to do this. Is it Iraq revaluing like we always thought?
yeah.
Could be.
I mean, that could drive it, and they certainly are capable of doing that at any moment now. So, um, yeah, I was a bit surprised we didn't get anything on Fort Knox to speak of yesterday. He didn't really mention the gold, and I would have thought he would have done that. And he did talk about the people over 160 years old and stuff getting Social Security, which Democrats are saying, "Oh, that's been debunked," because some guys speculated, "Well, no, this is just what happens in an old programming language. It defaults to a certain specific year." But that's not true, because you have people going back as far as he pointed out, over 300 years.
Well,
So
you could
that,
have
it all,
and you could have somebody on the books, but if they're receiving checks,
right.
they're receiving payments, that's a whole different
That's
story.
going that money's going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so again, they call it debunked, but what he should have said, is something like, "And no, by the way, it's not debunked, these are facts, these accounts do exist and they have been receiving funds." And he did say, "We're going to find where the money went." He did say that. I'm not sure if it was specifically in reference to Social Security or something else, but he did say, "We're going to find where the money went," which I thought was a shot across the bow. We're going to find out where you guys have been funneling this cash. So.
And something else that stuck out to me is that in my shows, I've been talking about the financial timeline that I've been seeing in the readings. Okay, now if something happens, that can shift, and it has. I don't know if it has recently, but I saw, the little hill that came in mid-March, and that looks like a 1% for me. And then we've got the mountain, and I estimated, well, the mountain, he could come out, we could do our appointments. He could announce going to goal sometime soon, but set a date. And I said like April 2nd or April 1st. And then he came out and he was talking about tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, on April 2nd, I've chosen April 2nd. And he kind of paused on that. And it stuck out to me. And I'm like, for what? And it was for the tariffs. But I think there's more to it than that. Just the whole energy around what he said. And he said he didn't want to do the 1st because that's April Fool's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was a lot. I think he was signaling people. He was saying things that people who knew to pull triggers and flip switches and things. There are still codes being entered here and there. So we are still, it's still moving.
Yeah. The moment of shock silence, you nailed that. That was when the Wolfman, Al Green, Representative Al Green, screamed and yelled and stood up and rattled his cane like Bela fucking Lugosi or something in a Dracula movie, and they escorted him out. So that was exactly what that moment was, Jen. And
no, I think it was when he said human traffickers and he pointed at the Democrats, because that was the kind of silence I'm talking about, where they shut up. They were just like, yeah, okay, I'm not saying a word. Each and every one of them was like, I'm not saying a word now because I don't want to. I think it was, didn't he do that after he said Stacey Abrams? He called her out.
Yeah.
For receiving funds.
I don't remember exactly.
Funneling funds.
Yeah.
That was fun too.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it was an excellent speech. I do think he left some things out of it. I do think it's because of Zelensky coming back and saying he's going to sign, but he didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
But now if he backs out again, I mean, what's the story on that today?
Well, that was the latest thing I heard, that Zelensky had made some public.
Where'd you see that?
It was just on Twitter X, but I'm not sure it was from an account I really trust. Zelensky. Let's see what he says, what the latest is on that. Latest. Yeah, no, I don't see. Actually, now no longer see it. That may have been an erroneous report.
Yeah, today's talking about Trudeau.
Yeah. But until the agreement is signed, I think at this point, I would tell Zelensky he can't come to Washington unless he signs his end of the agreement and forwards it to the White House, so it's waiting there for Trump to ceremonially sign it. Yeah, I don't see anything. So
there's something important about the Zelensky thing. I've said that all along. It seems insignificant, but there's something important about that, because if they can get the mineral deal, or somehow the United States has say over there, the ownership of something, then they can stop the war. And in the Jasara, they have to, wars cease, okay? But if you go out there and announce you're going to gold, and oh, by the way, it's going to be in 30 days.
Yeah.
And that gives them a lot of time, the bad guys, to do something. Like 9/11 kind of thing. So I think they're probably handling that part of it, the announcement part, very carefully. I do think he signaled to certain people or certain countries to keep moving forward with this RV.
Yeah.
But I feel like he held back. He didn't say some things that he was going to say.
Yeah. All right. About 2,400 of you guys in the live stream right now. We appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to give the thumbs up on whatever platform you're watching on, whether it's YouTube or Rumble. Hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you can subscribe on Rumble for a mere $5 a month, we would appreciate that too. I left my breakfast plate out next to Hecklefish there. I'll take that down. Unsightly looking. Unsightly. Thanks for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. And now we will go to questions. I'm going to remind you again that questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person or pet you may be asking about in order to help her connect and give you the information that you are looking for. Jen, anything else you want to add on the whole geopolitical situation? How do you feel about the possibility of today's, it's still happening today at some point later? Good, 50%, 40%.
Really good possibility. So if somebody's typing, I'd say that's probably entering codes or doing something somewhere. If that gets completed, I think we're on our way tonight.
All right, so
we'll see how everything goes. I mean, it's just there's so many moving pieces right now. When I look at the whole situation, it's really hard to say. But
all right. Let's get to the questions. Let's see what everybody else wants to talk about in their personal life. Samantha Drigger says, hey, Mike and Jen, can you tell me if any of my past family members visit me? Samantha.
There's an older male and a female. There's someone who's much shorter. Actually, I think that's an animal.
Oh, of course they're shorter. They're animals.
No, there's also somebody that looks like a 12-year-old child or something. I'm not getting names on that. Definitely feels like a father figure. Mother could be a mother or grandmother. Yeah, you've got a dog or something that keeps coming in and out, too.
Oh, nice. Gail Quantock. Hey, Mike and Jen, I can always find you on YouTube, not so much on Rumble. Become a follower on Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. That's the channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. You always get alerts when any one of us comes on the air. You guys are so hard to follow live. I found you by going to Telegram and clicking on your podcast. We're really not. You just need to subscribe to the Mike Bear 2, Mike Bear 3, Mike Bear 333, or Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. We're here every week, pretty much. One of us.
Yeah, just get the Rumble app on your phone. Yeah. And go and subscribe. Find us, subscribe. And so anytime you open up the Rumble app, if we're live, it'll be right there. It'll be
And
a
we
little
are,
bubble across the top of the screen, and you click on it, and there you are. And it's better to do it that way because you're logged in and you're not watching through another platform like Telegram.
and again, MikeBarrett.blogspot.com. They usually show up there, and we're always on at basically the same times. 10 a.m. Pacific on Monday and Wednesday, Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, and then Whiskey and Wisdom tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. I'm going to be on with Mark. Jen does her philosophy shows sometimes on Tuesdays and or Thursdays at 9:30 generally Pacific.
And I'm going to start doing that a lot more.
So, yeah. So there you are. All right. Slippery Slope says, hi, Christy Swan here. Will my son Tyler Wilkinson buy the house he is considering in Bryanttown, Maryland?
I think it tries. There's a problem with that. There's a hiccup. I think the deal falls through.
Okay. Christine wanted your take on Melania. I think you just gave us that, so we can kind of skip over that. She felt like there was something that he was going to say that he didn't say. Pokey, many years ago, both parties would support the current president. The disregard and disrespect is mind-boggling. Yeah. Again, as I posted on Twitter yesterday, I said, look, when the Democrats, Trump was duly and freely elected by the American people, the vast majority of the and is supported by even more who didn't vote. And when you do the stuff that they did yesterday, they're basically turning their backs on the American people.
Yeah.
Not Donald Trump, because he's the only government official who is elected by all the people. The only one.
And if you're elected, excuse me, into an office, and you go on and on about democracy, you need to have respect, no matter who's in the office, for the presidency of the United States and the entire process. You should need to show respect. Mm-hmm. It's terribly disrespectful. They have no class at all. It's a ridiculous circus.
And I think that I think the chances of Democrats winning any elections ever again kind of went out the window last night.
With their little signs.
There's
no response needed from anyone sitting there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're here to hear the president of the United States speak, and you have no respect at all. Absolutely ridiculous.
Now, Elon, I think you should create a secret company to create signs, electronic signs for these people for Congress, where they can plug in like 3 or 4 different words like liar and nobody believes you and pay your taxes, whatever they want to say, and they can program them in. And then you're the secret owner of that company, and you can hack their sign. So when they think they're holding up, liar, you can change it to I'm a child, I'm a pedo. That would be great, where you could change their signs as they hold it up and don't. I don't think
they should allow something like that. Any props or anything to be in there.
They should.
No, it's ridiculous.
Where are the drunken sailors? Have they exchanged? Apparently, yeah, they have. I reported on that earlier. So we'll talk about that when we can, and when we will. Jen, Paul here. Post RV, do you see us creating a spiritual retreat in Washington, Idaho, or Montana, close to Idaho? Paul would like to know that.
I don't know if you do. I want to go. That's my neck of the woods. Let me see. It's in Montana. So half of the year, it's kind of like it's not you don't have ski slopes and a lift, but people stay there because it's close by. So yeah, you do have the seasons. Yeah, I'd say you do.
Okay, very cool stuff. Mama Bear 67. Hi, Jen. Carol here. Do you see Dolores moving in with us to Tennessee? And if so, when?
Moving with us to Tennessee. No. She wants to stay here or where you are.
Kathy Benani, Mike, I saw you on Ancient Aliens. How cool are you? Well, I'm pretty damn cool, Kathy. I did about 100 of those shows, and
The number keeps going up
well, yeah, because they keep
over time.
they keep editing me into new videos. They do these compilation videos now. There's some.
You're so popular.
Well, there's some. It's funny where I'm shown like 4 different times in this from 4 different interviews. So I'm commenting in the same episode with 4 different outfits and 4 different haircuts, and more importantly, 4 different weights. It's pretty amusing sometimes. Yeah, I did Aliens before I started doing this, and I will probably go back to doing Aliens when this is over. Consider this a temporary job, one which I would like to resign from very soon. So let's get that done. Robert wants to know about the Zim Agro checks. I think, Jen, you were quoted as 330,000 per billion. Can you confirm that? Yes or no? Is that
no? I can't confirm it, but that's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
I just kept going back and forth, not knowing if it was per 330,000 per billion or if it was 100 billion.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's billion.
And they come in like each check is 10 billion. There's 10 and I think 25 billion. So if it's $10 billion check, well, that's worth 3.3 million. There's 10 of them in a package, so that's the 30.3 million or something like that. So 33 million. So those are going to be worth a substantial amount. Janet says, my name is Janet. My mother's name is Jacqueline. Question, will my mother be able to visit a med bed? She just wants to know if Jacqueline's going to make it to a med bed, I guess.
Yeah, I see her in a wheelchair getting wheeled into the place.
There you go. Lady Di, hi Jen, this is Diana. Will my daughter Courtney get her daughter back? Thank you.
Yes, it's going to take a couple of years.
By the way, Janet, the previous question, she was a $10 Rumble ranter. So thank you, Janet, very much for the Rumble rant. We do appreciate that. I missed that because it doesn't show that here.
Oh, another thing, did you get in the speech Trump talked about Melania working with the foster care industry?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They're probably trying to make that safe.
What will we uncover when we get into the foster care industry? I wonder what we will uncover there.
Mm-hmm.
Patriot Hero says totally disappointed, but it was good, but I was expecting something to be said about what we were waiting for. Well, we discussed that, and it's just he made choices he made, and Jen says, he was gonna go there, and he didn't for some reason, and we just have to assume, I guess, there's a good reason for that. So.
Well, and remember on my show, I told you, listen, don't be too disappointed if he doesn't say it the way you expect him to say it. Okay, yeah. So I was getting that there's going to be things said that are important to people out there, world leaders, whoever's in charge watching, but will sound like a regular, won't sound very important to us. So comms, trigger words, things like that.
Yeah.
And he called, what's her name? Warren Pocahontas, and everybody thinks that was a trigger word.
Hilarious.
That was cool.
Well, the only time they applauded was when he said, we've spent $265 billion on this war in Ukraine. And they all applauded like they were getting something good. And he said something like, should we, are we going to continue spending more? And they all applauded.
Yeah, keep spending because we're all getting rich so that we can disappear.
Yeah. And he said, Pocahontas said yes. And really, it's funny because they applaud. And it's like the American people are so against them on that. It's absolutely crazy. Over on the Rumble side of the house, Rebecca Hill, 1959. I see there's no Red Castle for your subscription. The only thing I would say is double check your debit or credit card. I just had to replace my debit card this last week because there was a fraud charge on it. So, when you do that, everything resets everywhere. So maybe that's what's going on. Marsha Frame says, I was on my front porch a few nights back, and I distinctly felt somebody touch me, but there was nobody there. Can you see who it might have been? It was very distinct.
I love questions like that. It was a man standing very close to you. Is it a family member or wandering spirit? You might be a medium. That's very common for mediums. Some people don't even have any idea, but they've had a lot of experiences in their life, weird things happening. And basically, through the eyes of a spirit, a regular person looks like they've got a flashlight right here. A medium just looks like this bright light. So they're wandering around looking for the light. And so then they find you. They have to get up really close to you. And then they realize, oh, wait a minute. Hey, oh, you're a person. Hey, do you know where this light is? You must know something. And they're trying to get your attention. And that's why all mediums think that all their houses are haunted. But it's not. It's just that you get followed. Spirit moves at the speed of thought. So you could drive by and they could see the light drive by and boom, they're in the back of your car and they follow you home. So probably do have mediumship abilities.
Lewis, $5 Rumble Rat. Thank you, Lewis. Hi, guys. This is Angela. This is Angela. Is now a good time to buy new furniture?
No, wait 3 weeks.
No, wait 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks.
Cowgirl 42. Hi, Mike and Jen. Thanks for all you do for us. I had a calf disappear overnight. Honey, we need your real name. We searched everywhere. Any insight as to what might have happened to it? Coyote, mountain lion, or cattle thief, or aliens possibly abducted it?
A calf, not a cat.
It was a calf.
I do see it going out through like a back fence. Kind of seeing it dragged. I don't know. A coyote can't drag a calf. I'd contact Susan Gretz if you really want to know. She's a lot better at that, but I'm just seeing the incident. And I'm seeing something attacked it and took it out through the back fence.
So that's sad. Nikki says, does God or my angels have a message for me with what's going on in my life right now? Also, I asked for a sign from my angels and I did get it. Am I correct that they've been talking to me?
Archangel Michael told me one time, and of course you're always heard by God and Jesus, but Archangel Michael told me there is never an honest outstretched hand that we do not embrace. So yes, they're always going to try to communicate you. That's why angel numbers, when you're just starting out with this, is useful. Because if they know that you know this code, they'll use it to get through to you. But you're just worrying too much. And they want you to not worry. Everything really is going to work out in the end for you.
Okay. Okay. Holly Opplinger, Genesis. Holly, I went to the doctor for a sore right throat and pain in the right ear. I tested
That's interesting. I had that just 2 days ago. I'm on ivermectin now.
I tested positive for COVID and negative for strep. Are these tests accurate? I started taking ivermectin.
That's not COVID. There is a virus going around. Yeah. It started like with the glands under my ear and swollen ear and then a little bit of sore throat. Voice got real scratchy. Take your ivermectin.
Rhonda with a $20 Rumble rant. Thank you, Rhonda. Says, my mom, Linda, passed last Friday.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure she is okay. Thank you for everything.
She was greeted by several people, at least, but two men in the front. Told what had happened, and she was happy to go with them. So yeah, she's okay.
C Spivey Jr. gifted 5 subscriptions to Real News Live.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, C Spivey. That's $25 a month. That is very much appreciated. Okay, Christine says, my mom, Maureen, is supposed to move and it's been delayed twice now. When do you see the actual move happen?
End of March.
End of March. Marengo, I really could use your real name. Let's try it. I'm an RN and retired when the vax was being forced. The medical field is bad about forcing things. Do you see me going back to work? And if so, when? Thank you for the homework yesterday. You might know who this is. Maybe you answered a question yesterday.
I don't see you going back to work.
Good. You don't have to go back to work. That's always good. Dougie B says, Dougie B. This is Doug. Can you tell me how far I'll have to drive to get to my redemption center? Is it somewhere close?
$37 miles.
37 miles. You people need to move where the redemption centers are. To paraphrase Sam Kinison. Mary Peterson, we are up against moving time, 3:29. Will we be moving to Lago Vista House or another RV spot within the park?
I see you moving it. Another spot becomes available. You just move it over in the same park.
Amy says, can you tell me how fat I'll have to travel for the RV? Well, Amy, I'd say I got to be under 250. If you're going to walk, you're going to want to get in better shape. Oh, how far? Cute little typo there, Amy.
I don't know why this is important. Let's get more important questions going.
Know how far?
How far? 28 miles.
Michael Rowland says, love the show. What's up with my feet? Michael would like to know what's going on with his feet.
You got little crystals around those little bones and joints and stuff. It kind of looks like gout.
That sounds like gout. Yeah. So change your diet right away. The best thing about gout is you get to eat carbs. My son Austin got his car stolen. Will he be able to get repairs done?
How's he going to repair something that's been stolen?
I think it sounds to me like they may have got it back.
Yes, he'll get it done.
Okay.
Some of it he does is sell for with other people, like a friend or something. I don't know if they get parts. Doesn't do the whole thing at the shop.
Okay. Pamela G says, my son Jackson's having bad back pain. What's going on? He is overweight, so I'm sure that is part of it. Actually, it rarely is a reason.
Jackson. He's got a slip disc, probably where the waistline of a woman would be. Yep. Pops in and out.
I would highly recommend Healing Back Pain by Dr. John Sarno, Sarno. It solved my back problems. When I have back pain, I go back and reread, or I got the CDs. I listened to the audiobook version and listen to that, and it will help a lot. Tracy Ann Doss, glad to have you back together. My mom is talking about reverse mortgaging her home. She doesn't need to be in fear of Social Security going away. Social Security is not going away. In fact, it's going to go up. So that's crackpot stuff. Don't tell her not to believe that garbage. And reverse mortgages are usually a really good deal for older people who don't have, necessarily a lot of time left. So I don't know, Jen.
I'm not really concerned about either one of those things for her. I do think if she decides to do it, it would be beneficial to her. I don't think her Social Security is going away either. I think it's going to increase.
Yeah. So tell her to stop worrying about stuff like that. Michael says he thought he was going to Tennessee, but the rug got pulled out from under him along with the apartment I had ready. And he wants to know if he and Becky are meant to be together. And is he even meant to go to Tennessee?
I can't make this decision for you. We don't interfere with free will. The chances are, if you go out there and you are with her, it's not going to be long term anyway.
Okay, I'm trying to find Dave in here. Where are you?
I still think you'll go because you want to find out, of course, but it's probably not a forever.
Why can I not? Super Dave, I can't find you, but Super Dave gave us a $100 Rumble rant. Super Dave, you're an epic
Thank you, Super
guy.
Dave. I get to talk to Super Dave soon.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, cool. He keeps trying to talk me into going to Thailand with him sometime. The food here, I hear, is great. Dave says his middle daughter's Josie. She's 21. She's in her first real relationship with a guy named Josh, and they're going on a trip to Costa Rica. Do you see that trip going well?
He's a responsible person. Yeah, they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. Okay. Susan Griffin, $20 Rumble rant. Thank you, Susan. You're the best. Well, you're not the best because Super Dave's the best, but you're pretty damn good, Susan. Susan Griffin, I'm having trouble with my hearing. Is there anything that I need to do?
It's clogged in there. So the ear canal has changed a little bit. So there is some kind of skin or some kind of obstacle there that allows for things to build up behind this little hump. So get them cleaned out. Not like with candles or something. You really have to go in and either maybe like drops to dissolve because it has to get over that little hump and get into this pocket where you've got stuff accumulating back there, and that is affecting your hearing.
Yeah, they can cut through your eardrum and put a tube in there, and Dave's had it done several times, and it turns his hearing into bionic hearing, like the Bionic Man. For months afterwards, they can do that kind of thing. Maybe I should have that done. But I've asked doctors to do that, and they've refused. I'm like, really? Because you did it for my brother like a week ago. Rosie G55 has gifted a subscription.
Thank you.
To Higher Self 888. Thank you, Rosie. V Hollier, $5 Rumble rant. We appreciate you, V Hollier. Virginia is her name. She says, hi, Jen. Do you see my son closing on the condo soon?
No.
Okay. Frederica, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Frederica. You do this every week. We love that. Hi, Jen. Since being divorced, I dream about my husband and my kids as small children, but I have no connection to him. We don't even talk, but it's been 15 years. Is there a reason why I dream of him?
Well, it's nostalgic, and you're craving like that time of your life, and the closeness and the connection. So it might be time for you to get out there and find somebody.
Find somebody new, yeah. Lisa, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Lisa. Do you see me moving to Alabama or Florida soon? Asks Lisa.
Florida is most probable.
Super Dave says Thailand should be on my bucket list. Okay, well, I love Thai food. I will say that. Okay, Rosemary says, Mark and I fell in love with the place we saw online. 464 Old Petersburg Pike in Tennessee. Do you see us in this home?
Good possibility, yeah. Yeah. As of now, yeah.
Christine, what does the Supreme Court rule about Ukraine still getting the $2 billion through U.S. aid mean? It doesn't mean anything because it's not Ukraine. It's a bunch of other aid. There's maybe some Ukrainian money in there. This was money that people that had already performed work, and there were contracts. And what Trump basically said is, we're not paying the money until we review, what work was done.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court basically said, well, you got to pay him the money, but I don't think they actually ruled that he has to pay them without the review. I think they can still do the review. It does not apply to any future aid. It does not apply to anything else that Trump may have stopped. And there's still, this is a temporary order until the full Supreme Court can review the entire case. Let's suffice it to say, look, I think if people have performed work and it's legitimate work, they ought to be paid for it. and I think Trump will do that. But as I understand it, he can just keep stalling until he finds out whether or not they actually did the work, or whether the work was like another money laundering thing. Jennifer says, I've been eyeing a house in Lyme, Connecticut, and was wondering if this is the home I'm meant to have first.
Not getting a connection to you in that home other than liking it.
Okay.
There's another one that you go for.
Yep, the Ides of March is coming up, the day Caesar was assassinated. So it's important debts and things are settled that day. That's true. Rhonda, this is one we already took. She was a Rumble Ranter. Thank you, Rhonda. Kim says, daughters and I are going to Nashville this weekend for 5 days. Madison and Ashley, will they arrive safely, have a great trip, and get back okay? Bachelorette party. Mama is worried. There's a lot of drunkenness.
They're going to have a blast. Everybody gets home okay. It'll be fine.
Okay. That reminds me, I have a trip on Friday to Cape Canaveral from Las Vegas. Leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is really early for a West Coast flight. You see any travel difficulties for me on Friday or returning on Monday? Any problems? Or will it be a nice, smooth flight?
Well, you bitch about everything, but I think that you're sitting in the plane and you're waiting for it to leave, so there is a little bit of delay, I think, on the runway.
Okay.
I see you getting there. Okay. I'm just watching the whole thing.
Okay.
It's like fast forwarding through this.
The smirk is interesting.
Well, because it's you. Such a pain in the ass with people. I'm just watching you like you'll get home okay. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Will I still get the good news I'm supposed to get after I get home? What does that look like?
As of now, I think it's already done. Not the appointment, but the call.
We didn't have to tell him.
Either that, the second opportunity, I see you making a call when you're there.
Cool. Okay. I will be hanging out this is the Quantum Summit 2.0 in Cape Canaveral, Florida at the Radisson Hotel. I'm going to be there. Zester's going to be there. Mark Z's going to be there. Mel Carmine's going to be there. I think Laura Eisenhower's coming. The whole crew's going to be there. There's going to be a lot of drinking and fun, in addition to a lot of downloading of information. So show up there. And also, I got to put the link up in the Telegram channel or in the description or in the chat. You can actually sign up for the live stream still today. It's $17 a day, a total of $34. You can live stream the entire Quantum Summit, including my epic presentation. So you should sign up for that today, because today's the last day. Krodek says, hi, Jen. I filed for Social Security. Do you see that coming to me? Krodek, what's your name, hon? See if you can get anything. She wants to know if she's going to get her Social Security. That's a pretty big question.
April or May.
Okay. So
Jen, towards April.
Jen, on my trip Friday, do you see any problems with me getting to the airport, or should I book a hotel near the airport tomorrow night? Would I get there easier?
Are you taking a shuttle or something?
Well, I'm probably going to drive or get an Uber. And the thing is that, you got to be up.
I see you getting an Uber, and I think it is from
my house,
your place.
for my house. Okay, so that'll be fine if I do that. Okay, good. Okay, Makana. Hi, Mike and Jen. This is Janelle. When will my son's DeMarcus left jaw be completely healed? When will DeMarcus's left jaw be completely healed?
Nothing. I don't know if I got this week or in a week.
Carl Spivey Jr. says, will the Hungarian Pango from 1946 be accepted when we exchange our currencies? Will it be an accepted currency?
Yes.
Any hint on the rate?
$11? Does that make any sense?
Sure.
$1.11, 111.
11 cents, $11. I don't know. Should be good.
I see ones.
Genus says, I read somewhere he was laying the foundation for his presidency last night and will give the goods possibly next time. Okay, it's time to, I think we all know what he was elected to do, and he's generally doing it. Hi, Mike and Jen. Cheryl here. I'm feeling nausea again. Can you help me with what the cause is?
It's a nerve. And I think it's in your ear.
Curious.
You have that checked out. I think
the
it's
cause
that
of my,
where people get dizzy and disoriented,
The cause of my nausea turned out to be magnesium. And I stopped taking it and it suddenly went away. James Foster says, hey, beautiful philosophers. I would like to ask, when will my wife, Misty, be able to retire?
In a month.
In a month. Awesome. Okay. Let me roll down. That was all the ones I had saved.
Really, maybe possibly as of this moment in time, a couple weeks, I feel, but I think like it takes a couple weeks to fully get out.
Ruben Darren wants to know, I finally reached the UK. How's my attachment? Will I be able to complete all the studies that I want? Ruben Darren would like to know.
Yes, victorious. You're really happy about it. Good job.
Mercedes Sarah says, do you see me getting the house I've been looking at nearby with a house member 5352 house number 5352?
That's not what the one I see you writing on your address, on your letters or whatever, is starts with an 8.
For those of you asking about med beds, you should be able to get to a med bed. Yes, they're for everybody.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
All right. Jen has to get going. I think that's it. Jen, let me just double check real quick if we have any other Rumble rants. I do not want those.
Well, I have a reading in 10 minutes.
So, Tiffany wants to know if she'll be able to adopt her daughter, Trinity, that they're fostering. That's $5. Rumble rant. Thank you.
It might take like a year, but yes, I see the process starting.
All right, guys, that is going to wrap it all up. Thank each and every one of you for being here. We do appreciate you. Jen and I are scheduled to be back on Monday. Well, no, we won't be because I'll be traveling. So, Jen,
really,
you have Monday all to yourself. You want to do?
Oh my goodness!
Jen gets to do philosophy on Monday. So,
well, I'll do what I want on Monday, but I
do what I want.
Don't tell me what to do. All right.
What to do. I do what I want.
I'll probably do something. I don't know.
Monday'd be a good day. And I have Whiskey and Wisdom tonight with the original Mark Z. I'm not planning on doing anything tomorrow unless some news comes up and there's a reason to, because tomorrow's a prep day for getting down to the Quantum Summit. But if there's news that's important enough to get to tomorrow, then I'll probably be taking a private jet to the Quantum Summit. So what the hell? Commercial? No, I'm not getting on that plane.
I wouldn't lose hope because of the speech. I really feel like the whole Zelensky thing, I mean, even though it threw a wrench in the spokes because he had to wait and see what was going to happen with that. Mm-hmm. don't think he really had any other choice if you look at what could have happened if he still announced it. But he really does want this peace deal. So
He
I don't
does want
think
the
it
peace
really.
deal.
I see somebody going like this.
That could be.
That's where we're at with the RV.
codes.
Okay, they're entering codes. I think.
And the codes are long and complex, so they are, as I understand it, very long and very complex.
All right,
that would be the next step. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. See you tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom and Mike Bear's Bad Dating Advice. See you then. You're the best. Bye. Say bye, Jen.
I did.